a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear, clear, ready from ear to ear. Craving that radiant grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose.
Boom. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and today we're coming to you because it's Friday, so we're at Kuttin Barbershop and Salon, 35 Northeast 36th Street. You want to call for, to try to make a reservation, find out if they're open, 405-524-6100, 405-524-6100. They're closed Sundays and Mondays. And open Tuesday through Fridays from 9 to 6, and then Saturdays 9 to 4. You can ask for Keith, Lee, Chris, Allison, Malik, or Shay. They're all here waiting for you guys to come through, and if you need to just walk on in, come on in, and they'll take care of you. And you usually got to wait in line, and of course, it's going to be, they'll be there to take care of you. And of course, it's brought to you by YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. And of course, they are a sponsor for us to come out and support minority women and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. Here are the locations that are available that you can go into. The main bank at 401M, downtown Yukon. YNB East, which is off the Parkway in 66 or 39th Street. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right there on Garth Brooks, right in front of the Integris Hospital. And then, of course, YNB Peoples, 6201 Northwest 23rd, between the MacArthur and Rockwell, which is the bank that I usually go to do business. But I come out to the main bank when I want to do all of our remotes. And we're joined by our guy, Nathan Taylor of YNB. What's going on, bro?
Hey, man, what's going on? How are you?
Good, man. Just having a crazy long day. Still trying to recover from last night doing that celebrity waiters dinner. I want to thank everybody who came out to support Upward Transitions last night. And, I have a deal where if you want to do
good tips?
Well, I made $1.
Get some good tips, man?
I made $1.
$1
Somebody gave me $1. I got $1 personally.
Okay. Well, how much did you raise?
I don't know. I don't ever know. Usually quite a bit, but I didn't have that many people show up last night. So I probably did about $500 worth last night. Normally I'm doing $2 or $3, $2,000 at least, $1,500, $2,000. So we didn't have a bunch of people show up last night, but still had a good time. And a lot of it is because it was so late, because normally we do it in July. And Hideaway got a new marketing person, and for whatever reason, they waited until the last day that we could do it was in August. Well, school started, so it's hard to get my kids, my parents, my kids come out, they love me. Coach Matt, I need some more water. Coach Matt, I need a refill of my Dr. Pepper. Coach Matt, I need some more ranch. Coach Matt, I need some more blue cheese. Coach Matt, I need some more fries. Coach Matt, blah, 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 on and on and on and on and on. Coach Matt.
So what I hear you saying is you might have had time to deliver out the ranch.
No, there was no delivery. There's no delivery. And he did not text me last night either. Thank God. He did not text me. So he was nice. But no, I don't deliver, bro. I don't deliver. I'm not, you do. I'm not DoorDash and I'm not Uber Eats. Okay?
Hey, you want to know what I did for the first not the first 14, but a good 14 chunk of my work life?
What's that?
Delivered pizza.
Oh, you did? A Pizza Hut or Mazio's?
Yes.
Domino's?
Mazio's and Pizza Hut, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I did not do that, bro.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, man. That was one of the funnest jobs I've had.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I roll around on Saturday nights and make money and listen to OU football. So.
Oh, wow, that's exciting. And speaking of football, hey, guess what's starting this weekend, bro? College football gets off to a
Dude,
start tomorrow, starting
yeah,
out with Navy and
I'm
Notre
ready.
Dame at 1:30 on Fubu, and San Diego State at SC. Tomorrow night we get to see OU's Ferrari that y'all wrecked, Caleb Williams. I still
Yeah,
think
hey,
that's
I'm
funny.
going to tell you, I heard this argument yesterday, and I think it's probably pretty close. They said, who cares about Lincoln Riley? If Caleb Williams would have stayed, don't you think they'd have gone like
Well, Caleb
two and
Williams
three,
wasn't going to stay.
if not 10? But if he did, is what I'm saying.
He wasn't going to stay because what
Well,
OU people fail
that's
to
not what I'm
realize,
saying, man.
what OU people fail to realize is that guys go to school because of the coach, not because of the school.
No, absolutely. I don't
And
disagree at all.
but I'm just saying that is OU's biggest problem I have when I start talking to OU fans. Oh, he left our school. I go, hey, you went there because you love OU. They go there because of the coach. They didn't go
Yeah,
there.
but didn't
They go there because of Bob Stoops or Barry Switzer. They don't care nothing about the University of Oklahoma. They don't care nothing about Oklahoma State. They don't care nothing about North Carolina. They go there because of the coach, not because of the school.
who recruited him? Who recruited him though? It wasn't Riley. It was one of the other coaches, though, wasn't it?
Well, he went
Left.
there. He went there
Was it
because of
Peterman?
Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley recruited him. Yes. I mean, you always have
Okay, I
a
thought it was
coach.
one of the.
Listen, there's recruiting coordinators, but your head coach closes the deal.
Yeah, but I thought he had a real close relationship with one of the assistant coaches.
Well, one of the assistant coaches, the ones that got there, but he and Lincoln Riley and his dad had the relationship.
Right.
But my point is, he didn't go there for OU. He don't care about the
No.
school. He don't care about that. And I
Okay.
get so tired of arguing with OU fans about that. I'm like, you guys are ignorant. Nobody cares about OU but you, because you went to school that you chose to go to the University of Oklahoma. You chose to go to Oklahoma State. These guys go to school because of the coach. They don't go because of the school. They don't give a shit. They don't become an OU fan until they go there. I didn't become an OSU supporter until I went there. You know what I'm saying? You don't go there. You don't become a deal unless you've been there 3 years.
You're right on the majority of the time, but there are some guys.
There are nobody
that
who's
do
a
that.
top athlete who's going to a school because of the school.
I
Nobody.
didn't say top athlete. I didn't say top athlete.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about Caleb Williams. We ain't talking about somebody who's just happy to go to OU because it's OU because they're at Midwest City High School or Piedmont or something like that, and they've been an OU fan. Those guys ain't gonna see the field. I'm talking about somebody who's going to the NFL.
What about Baker Mayfield?
Like
Baker
I
Mayfield
said,
was one of those guys.
Baker Mayfield. He went to Tech first
He did.
and got
He did.
replaced by who?
Hold on. No,
Mahomes.
you're wrong. It wasn't Patrick. It wasn't Mahomes.
Mahomes is the what?
That
Mahomes
was the other
is.
guy.
No, he and Mahomes are the two, and that's why he went to OU because they chose Mahomes and not him. That's why he ended up at OU.
He walked on, so it wasn't.
I understand.
He didn't choose it.
I understand. He walked on there because he walked on somewhere else. He wasn't going to make the team. He went somewhere where he could make the team.
Isn't it funny too? I don't know. I mean,
But Baker Mayfield is not a top. He was not a top recruit. He was a walk-on, which even proves my point 1,000 times. You just proved my point. If you're any good, if you're a top recruit, you don't go to.
Then you go to Nebraska.
You definitely don't go to Lincoln. You definitely don't go to Lincoln.
Definitely.
You go to Lincoln. Hey, you go to Lincoln.
That's what you do. If you're a top 5 recruit, you go play.
Okay, where did the top guy go? He didn't go to Nebraska. Where'd he go? Iowa.
How about USC?
SC, is that where he went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Drew.
How with everybody else?
Hey Drew. But
What's going on, fellas?
Hey Drew. Nathan's over here talking about that Baker Mayfield was a top recruit. He was a walk-on.
He was a walk-on.
didn't say
Walk
top
on.
recruit.
We're talking about top
I said-
recruits.
I
That's
said-
what we're talking about.
I said good.
Also that Baker Mayfield was a huge OU fan growing up.
And he went to Tech.
That's my.
And OU didn't recruit him, and he went to Texas Tech. And then he didn't get to play because he got set behind Mahomes.
Right.
And he transferred to OU and basically
And
walked on at OU.
And walked on at OU, yes.
But he's a great story. I mean, don't get me wrong. Baker Mayfield went from a walk-on to a Heisman Trophy winner. I mean,
That's
I'm not
pretty-
saying he wasn't a great quarterback, but he wasn't a highly touted recruit.
Right. That is my
No,
only point I'm
no.
making. And Nathan
I was
just
just saying,
enhanced
guys.
it. All I'm saying, Nathan,
I was
if
saying,
you're a
guys,
top recruit, you do not pick a school because of the school. That's all I'm saying. It has nothing to do with the school. I mean, you look at Barry Sanders' son, he went to Stanford.
Yep.
I mean, it has nothing to do with the school, bro. It just doesn't. It has everything to do with the coach. And that's why I don't have a problem with the transfer portal, because coaches lie like a mother. But back then, when I was there, you were stuck. If a coach lied to you and told you a bunch of stuff, you were screwed. Now you can say, well, F you, and boom, move on. So, but like I said, you should get to do that one time, not over and over. Like Bo Nix,
Okay, that's what I was getting ready to ask you.
Hey, Drew, hey guys,
Yeah.
how long has Bo Nix been in the college? 6 years,
12 years.
7 years? How long has he been in?
It's a 6-year.
Is it his sixth?
But he got to do that.
He got a COVID year. He had a red shirt, then he got a COVID year,
So that's
and then he's a 5th-year senior.
so he's a 6-year senior. 6-year senior.
Yeah, 6-year senior with the COVID year.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. COVID, it helped a lot of these guys, because,
Hey, it is a football Friday, folks.
I know.
mean, we are ready. That's
what we're doing, Drew. That's what we're talking
the wait
about.
is over.
We already talked. That's how we got involved in this. Is talking about this is football starts. That's what we just talked about. Football season starts.
Hey, Gilchrist Alexander had 27 and 13 this afternoon.
I watched it this morning. We're going to talk about that too. But right now we're getting into football. We're into football right now. But yeah, I'm going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Jack White. And we're going to talk about how many hair balls that Nathan's favorite players shoot Lou Dort.
No,
Oh God, dude, he's.
I saw him. He airballed free throws last year.
Dude, he is
airball free throws.
I mean, we're going to have our first edition of Husker Drew Friday picks today.
Yeah, we are. Hey, Drew. So what do you think of the Notre Dame and Navy tomorrow? Notre Dame should. I didn't see the spread on that, Drew.
This is the thing. So, few things on that.
Wait a minute, hold on. Do you want to give that out now, or do you want to wait and give the spread?
We can talk about a little bit. We can just talk about some system plays that are on that. A lot of people don't like to bet against the service teams, especially catching 21 points.
Right.
Both those defenses are pretty good. But funny thing is, Notre Dame just got to Ireland yesterday. They didn't go for the sights and sounds. They didn't go for all the pomp and circumstance and all that stuff. I think they're showing up for a business trip, and I think Navy might be in trouble.
Yeah,
they might be in trouble, and I got a strong lean on the under on that game too, because I just don't. I think Navy, obviously they're going to run the football. They lead the country in rushing, rushing attempts, obviously, but I don't see that being a high scoring game, and I don't see Navy scoring very many points.
Yep, and then you got the nightcap. You got the Heisman Trophy winner, which is why we had got on this thing in the first place, Drew. We're talking.
He's probably gonna be back Heisman Trophy.
Well,
it's the first one since Archie Griffin.
Well, Archie shouldn't have won that one.
Right now.
Archie shouldn't have won that one. I should have went to. Was it Greg Pruitt or Joe Washington? It was Joe Washington.
Pruitt, wasn't it?
Was it Joe Washington or Pruitt?
75, right?
So that had to be Greg.
75.
That had to be Pruitt, didn't it?
Pruitt would have been. Washington would have been 71.
Yeah, because Joe won against Johnny Rogers.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe it was Greg Pruitt. But anyway, he should not have won it. I know that second time that was a bunch of hogwash. That's ridiculous to me. So
that's just because he wore it. That's just because he had Buckeye on his
That's
helmet.
Exactly what it was. In fact, hey, Drew, last night at the Waiters deal, there was a Michigan State fan, and he was at the Michigan State-Ohio State game when Woody went off after Michigan State upset Ohio State. And he said that he went at least 10 years when he moved to Norman. He didn't have to buy food or drinks because they found out he was a Michigan State fan, because that was the game that propelled OU to be number one in the country that year. I bust out laughing. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. So,
Yeah.
but anyway,
How did it go last night? Did you get you refill a bunch of drinks and
well, you saw the deal. Did you see the picture of me serving? I had my little
yeah, I
tray out
did.
there. I had my tray. I told Nathan I got $1 tip.
It's
A
awesome.
dollar?
Yeah, that went to me. I got $8 for me. All the tips go to Upward Transitions, but they
Tell you
gave
when you
me a
do that,
dollar.
it makes you appreciate your waiter, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I got $1. So but it was also they were making me do shots, and I said if it's charged, I was charging them $50 for every shot I did. So I do a shot with you, then you have to pay a $50 extra.
Oh,
Ouch.
Oh,
wow.
Drew, it
I
was.
think I would have just waited until you got off work.
Well, I ended up picking up Ace.
That's awesome.
Ouch.
I was feeling pretty good. It was fortunately I was close to the house. I will say
Yeah.
that. We're Broadway to 13th to Lincoln to my house. So yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I was feeling pretty good, but it was a good night. We had a good time, and all of that. So, did you guys get a chance to see any of the World Cup this week? I mean, of the World Cup, the scores. Did you watch any
No,
of it? Because
I hadn't
I
watched
have
any of
not.
it yet.
Yeah, Josh Giddey, they beat Finland, which marketing plays for them. They beat them 98-72. Italy beat Angola. Uh, Montenegro beat Mexico. Woo. And Latvia beat Lebanon. And of course, Bertans plays for Latvia, and they're in the same grouping as Canada. And of course, Canada beat France. And it's so weird, Drew. R.J. Barrett, dude.
To kill.
I know he's your favorite because he's a dookie. But, dude, he just
Yeah.
thinks his game is just, I don't know what they told him, but they just gave the ball. SGA just took the game over, which he should have.
Yeah.
He just took the game over. And it's like, RJ, give up the ball. You can't play. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they love him in New York.
Yeah, but he just really thinks he can go, man. And I'm like, bro, SGA is your best player. And Dort just shoots air balls. He's just
Those all.
he's hard to watch. He's very hard to watch.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to
The,
see.
the best part is when he runs up under the basketball goal, he dribbles down the lane and he throws it up and it goes and hits the bottom of the backboard.
Typical Dookie.
Oh man, RJ is he's frustrated, and Dort is. Anyway, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be a tough thing to do. But so in standings thus far in the World Cup, the USA, of course, they play tomorrow. I believe I have the schedule right here when they play. They play tomorrow. And but anyway, in the groupings right now, Italy and Dominican Republic are tied. Australia and Germany are tied. And remember, Germany had a 16-point lead on the United States, and they closed the door on them. But this USA team doesn't impress me that much
No.
for whatever reason. I just don't like them. But anyway, tomorrow night we play New Zealand, which we should take care of that. And then South Sudan, Drew, I don't know if y'all have heard about the 16-year-old who's going to be playing for them. Have you heard about that?
I have not.
What about you, Nate?
Is he like 8 foot tall?
Yeah, Kalman Maladou. He's 2016. He's He's going to be in the 2025 draft. He's just a junior, and he's going to be playing for South Sudan. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing him play tomorrow.
Tall is he? Like 8
He's
foot
got
tall,
to
isn't
be
he?
tall. So, but anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. At 16, going against grown men, that ought to be interesting to see.
Have you seen the guy from Africa that's like 7 foot 11 inches tall?
Yeah,
He doesn't even jump. Huh?
Yeah, well, he's going to get dunked on a lot because we saw that.
That guy's 300 and some pounds. It's crazy. He's like in the 9th grade.
Yeah, but that's like, remember how Manu Bowl was? Tall, crazy tall. It has more weight on him, but dude, in the league, you got to be able to jump. Just because you're 7 foot, that don't mean that they'll dunk on your head in a heartbeat.
The days of those guys being able to take over a basketball game are over.
Or long gone. But I saw this deal that there are 55 NBA players competing in the World Cup. 55.
Actually, a lot less than I thought.
That's a lot. That's the record. That's a record.
Is it a record?
Yes,
Wow,
that's a
actually
record.
surprised. I thought it would be more than that.
Well, because nowadays what it is you have more European players playing in the league. Before, all the American players didn't play. So now you got, what do you have? Davis Bertans at Latvia. You got marketing. You got, you know what I'm saying? We have
I
what?
think
The Thunder have
what,
3.
7 or 8 of them.
Well,
Oh, they
Thunder
have more
have
than that,
more.
don't
Let me
they?
see how many do we have? Well, Poku didn't play.
Bertans, you got SGA, you got
Josh.
Dort, you got Josh, you got Jack White, you got yeah, possibly Poku.
Well, he's not playing.
You
He's already
got
said he's not going to play for Serbia.
well, yeah, but you could have had Mikic playing. Could have is what I'm saying.
Yep.
And then also, if Chet and J Dub make the team, that's USA. They
Yeah,
could
but
have
they don't.
almost.
They did. They're not on the World Cup team.
No, but they were on the reserve team or the what do they call it? The flash. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Whatever
they.
the
Yeah,
reserve team was.
I can tell you this. I'd rather have J Dub than Cam Johnson. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Drew.
Here we go. Come
I'm
on.
kidding.
That might have been one of the smartest things I've ever heard you say, man.
I just make sure, Matt, you get us some good seats for this Brooklyn Nets Thunder
Oh,
game.
dude,
Yeah, I gotta look. Wait, hold on.
No,
When is that? We're gonna pull that. When is that? Do you remember?
no,
that?
he said it's New Year's. We already talked about this. He ain't going, man. He said he
Is
ain't
it New
going.
Year's? Okay, because I pulled the schedule up here. Is that when it is?
New Year's Eve?
Matt said he ain't going.
New Year's Eve or New Year's Day?
New Year's Eve.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
Nathan.
that ain't
I mean, not only you're gonna sit next to me on New Year's Eve and get drunk, and then lose a bet, on New Year's Eve and have to listen to it all the way out the stadium.
Oh, all the way out the stadium. Oh,
You know what I'm looking forward to?
hey Drew.
When he has to buy me beer and then drive me home because he lost.
Hey Drew. Hey Drew. It's
I'll
like
put you in an Uber.
Hey Drew. It's like when Jennifer Falkenstein and I went to a Thunder Laker game. Right, I'm dressed in all my Laker colors, and of course the Thunder beat the Lakers. Oh my God, dude. It was horrible.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she talks. You know how she is. She ran her mouth for 30 minutes, threw all sorts of confetti, Thunder confetti all over me. Oh man, had to buy her drinks. It was brutal. It was brutal. It was brutal.
Great idea, man.
It was brutal, man.
That's a great idea.
It was
Should have been
brutal.
buying her drinks anyway.
Now, hold on,
You're wrong, man. You're wrong. Jennifer, do not listen to him. You know that we split our tab. Okay.
I'm just
Well, we do sometimes. Right now, in fact, Drew, no. In fact, Drew, it's her turn to buy dinner.
So we're New Year's Eve. Wow.
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
And that's it. Yeah, that's gonna be.
Yeah,
ouch.
Hey, that's
you
not
think
gonna happen, bro.
That might.
That's not happening. First of all, your wife is not gonna let you go to a Thunder game and not take the girls and be downtown.
Oh no! I mean, she'd be with me. The girls would be with Aunt Wendy, but she'd be with me. So then you get double trouble on you, Nathan. Yeah, a little red on you, and
you take your wife down to
Oh
park next to
man,
the Thunder Club.
that would be brutal, dude.
$300. Give her $300-400 and say, hey, you guys go have a break.
Is that how it works?
No, probably not.
I don't think it
It's
works
shot.
like that, bro. But that's a nice sentiment. But I don't. Drew, it don't work like that, does it?
it's not.
No.
Not on my end.
Hey, little red, I just got your back, just to let you know. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. I gotta get on her good side. She's still mad at me about missing your birthday party, Drew.
Yeah.
She's still mad. She gotta get over it though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
We
like-
really still haven't heard your explanation on that. But
Dude,
that's all right.
I was at home, man. It was brutal. I mean, have I not missed one of your parties yet?
Nope.
So I had to have a good reason.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. Did I go Tuesday? Yes. Did I stay up late? Yes.
Yeah.
Was Wednesday's show a struggle? Yes. and I don't even think you made it on Wednesday. I think you just sent me pics. I don't even think you didn't even make it on the show that day. So yeah.
I had a rough week. That was a rough week.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. We still haven't heard from McBride yet. I sent him a text.
Oh, I talked to him today.
It's like, hey, what happened, man? Give us the real breakdown on what happened with Drew. So, with that being said, in Thunder news, SGA was the first person in the history of the World Cup in his debut to have 27 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists. That's impressive.
He,
Uh-huh.
he's a beast, man. He
Yeah,
is a
and there's
beast.
only been two guys to accomplish that, and that was him and AK-47. Remember Kalinko Drew played with Utah? He was a
Oh
monster.
yeah,
Boy, he was
he's
good.
nasty.
Boy,
He had
he
a
was
good,
good.
he had a Kid Rock mullet.
Yeah, he did. He was he was one of the most athletic 6'8" guys I've ever seen. I mean, he could shoot it, dunk on you, had handles. AK-47 was nice. And they called him AK-47 because he's Russian, so 47 AK. Andrew, yeah. You two know that I was educating the audience. Dort 7 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals. Josh 14, 9 and 8. Which they tried to get. When I watched the game, they were trying to get Patty Mills off because he's so. I'm just. Are you guys a fan of his, Drew, Nathan?
No,
Patty Mills,
Yeah,
no,
he
he,
used to be
no.
funky.
he
He's gotten old though. I mean, shit, what is he like? It's got to be his 12th year in the league.
yeah, he's
No,
probably in his
more than
mid
that. More
thirties.
than that.
But dude, he's always been streaky to me. When he was with
He was
San
funky in
Antonio,
St. Mary's.
yeah, he's always been streaky to me. But
I
anyway,
remember that
Kitty,
game last year in Oklahoma City. I think he shot 1 for 10 from three or something like that.
yeah, but he killed us when he was with the Spurs. Did he not, Drew, the Lakers? Oh my
Oh,
God.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
he
what I'm saying.
did.
He used to be just nasty.
I mean, he would get on my nerves. Then, of course, Jack White had 7 points. Dude, the more I watch him, I don't understand how he is, what the Thunder see in him. I, I mean, other than a good bench player, I don't understand. Can you guys help me out with that, Drew, Drew,
I,
Nathan?
I
Jack
I haven't
White.
seen him play a whole lot.
I don't know a whole bunch about his game.
No, apparently, what, good defender, good shooter, something like that. Maybe
Yeah, I
maybe
just
a
don't see
four-man
it, man.
Kenrick Williams.
I just don't see it. I mean, he's a good little player, but I like McConnell better. I mean, there's guys I like better, but I'm not coaching the team. So then of course
Well, I
Bertans.
think we probably could have got him on a two-way, man. Instead of guaranteed contract.
Yeah, I don't know. Bertans 10 points, 3 rebounds, but you know how that is. If you win a championship, you tend to get players who want to come play for you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's kind of how that's broken down. But did you say October 9th if you wanted to go to the game? It's the Spurs, the first game, Drew, on that Tuesday, on that Monday?
Um, I didn't say either way, but that probably could happen.
Yeah, because it's at Paycom, so I was deciding,
Yeah.
because I usually don't. Last year I don't think I did preseason games, but with the hype being so much, I think we have to do preseason games of some sort, whether it's 10 minutes, go over it or whatever. Depends on how much the guys play. How much we see SGA, Josh,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how much we're going to see of those guys. So we'll see how that works. That reminds me, in NFL news, we're going to jump straight to that. Chris Jones still has not signed, and I was talking to Keith earlier. Do y'all think that him, this 4 or 5 million or whatever he wants, or 6 million, whatever it is, 10 million, is worth two Super Bowls in a row, Defensive Player of the Year, and possible his legacy is important as money? Since he says it's not, what is his real thing that he's doing, guys?
Oh, he's filling you full of crap. Is what he's doing.
Yeah.
Somebody,
Freaking drama queen.
I mean, isn't it more important to be able to be Defensive Player of the Year, go back-to-back, win back-to-back Super Bowls, cement your legacy, versus trying to get paid on your last paycheck?
You think so?
Or am I wrong?
no, you're not wrong.
I mean, I just, his agent is just, the whole thing is that what he doesn't understand is that, or he should, is that, you being at 8 games, that's half of your salary. Then next year, they can franchise tag you, and you're losing less. You're going to be worth less money on your franchise tag because you sat for 8 games.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand. There's something we're missing. I just don't know what it is. Okay, but speaking of Drew's Cowboys,
Dak Prescott made the team. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. He sent me that last night, Nathan. That Dak Prescott is officially making the team.
I think that was up in the air.
He says not playing in the preseason allows him to focus on week one, Drew.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't play him. I don't know. I mean, I just wouldn't. I mean, what if he gets hurt? He's just compounding the $50 million mistake he made.
Well, you're getting ready to pay him more than that next year, or in 2 years. So, but okay, I heard this debate this morning. Do you think that if you had Aaron Rodgers instead of Dak Prescott, your chances would win the Super Bowl go up?
100%.
I would say yes, absolutely, 100%.
I mean, he's set. What is he? He's 5-1 against Prescott.
Yes.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. Let's just go down the list. Hall of Famer, better passer, better scrambler, better game manager, smarter.
Don't throw interceptions.
Doesn't throw interceptions to the wrong team on an out route. I mean, the list is long. So, yes, to answer your question, if Dallas had Aaron Rodgers, they would be the favorite to win the Super Bowl.
I would agree 100%.
Besides the Chiefs.
Well, the Chiefs.
They would be the favorite in the NFC over the Eagles if Dallas had Aaron Rodgers right now.
Yeah, I agree.
I think in the NFC, you're right. Not to win the Super Bowl.
I agree with
Yeah, maybe not. Well, the Chiefs are the favorite. Chiefs, Bills, Bengals. I think those three right there are pretty much interchangeable right now. But as far as the NFC goes, if they had Aaron Rodgers, I mean, they would be the favorite.
They would be the favorites. Can you imagine them with Aaron Rodgers though? God dang. Oh my goodness. That offensive line.
Those receivers would be happy.
Hey, I bet you CeeDee Lamb will stop dropping passes.
Yeah.
I bet you that would happen. Well, speaking of not playing, Steelers coach Mike Tomlin says it's difficult to box without sparring. That's what he said about playing his players in preseason. It's difficult to box without sparring. That's his philosophy.
You think?
So he's like, yeah, my players are playing. Whether it's one series or two series.
The only good thing, with Prescott is he's probably facing, not probably, he is every day in practice facing a top 5 defense.
Oh, top 2 or 3 at least, yes.
Yeah. I was giving some of the others benefit of the doubt, but Dallas is going to be a top 5 defense this year.
No question.
They're going to be pretty special on defense, but he's facing him every day. So I don't know what much it's going to do. I mean, he's played enough live action, and I mean,
I know, but still, you still got to get out there and play though. Aaron Rodgers is playing. Is it tonight, tomorrow night? Because they've got to get him out there. And then, did you guys see Anthony Richardson? Did you watch the game the other day?
Yeah, I did. He looked pretty good.
He's athletic, but he has no touch. He's just full on. Let me throw the damn football as hard as I can. It seems like, but he's definitely athletic.
Didn't we think that about Josh Allen when he came out there? So, I mean, obviously they're different players, but Josh Allen's wasn't his claim to fame.
He's got a little bit of waggle to him though. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Vince Young, a good Vince Young, not the pro Vince Young.
I was like a good Vince Young, no, yeah.
The Vince Young before he got on the pizza shuttle and drank on the liquid Kool-Aid drink.
Hey, dude, we were talking about the best college quarterbacks of all time the other day, and I was like, Vince Young has got to be 1. Cam Newton has got to be 2. Cam Newton's got to be 2. Tebow's probably Tommy Frazier would be 3. Would be 3. Tim Tebow 4.
Baker Mayfield was in there.
Leinart 5.
I don't know how you say Kyler Murray's not in there.
Well, I can't put Baker or Kyler because
he's only played 1 year.
All of those other guys all those other guys won national championships.
Colt McCoy was a great.
He didn't win. He didn't win a championship.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, but Colt McCoy won.
He would have. I think they would have beat Alabama if he plays that night. If he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, he looked good.
Let's be honest. That wasn't all on Colt McCoy though. I mean, Vince Young, Colt McCoy's not even close to quarterback Vince Young.
No.
No, not athletically wise, but I'm just talking about a career in college football. He had a great career, 4-year starter
Yeah, but
at Texas,
but
and
Drew,
winning percentage off the charts.
but Drew, do you put him in there with Tommy Frazier and
No,
Vince
No,
and Matt
no, Tommy
Leinart?
Frazier won 2 national championships and was 33-2 as a starter.
He was that game against Florida. Though, oh my God, they
Yeah.
beat the brakes. They beat the brakes off them. God dang. Ooh.
Yeah, that's one of the funniest sports centers there is. If you ever get a chance to Google it, old Kenny Mayne, when he was on there, they're going through the highlights of the game, and they get old ball coach Spurrier on there after the game, and he's talking and just jabbering on, and they cut him off about mid sentence, and Kenny Mayne goes, "Yeah, that's great, Steve. By the way, Nebraska just scored again." That's great. Funny. I mean, and you can see them both just dying laughing in the background.
Oh, but
What a beatdown.
I mean, Drew, they beat the brakes off them. It was, oh man. But that team, that
what
Nebraska.
about, I know he didn't win a championship. What about Michael Vick? I mean, Michael Vick was pretty amazing.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Vince Young.
He just played what? He just played 1 year too, right?
He played
Vic?
3. Vince
Did he play 3?
Vince played 2 years. Remember the year before he beat Michigan he beat Michigan. He beat Ohio State at the shoe. Turned around and beat Michigan in the Rose Bowl. Then turned around and beat USC in the Rose Bowl. All those were on the road. All those games were on the road.
Yeah, Michael Vick. I mean, Vick had the Sugar Bowl game against Florida State where they were on that turf, and that was one of the most athletic quarterbacks I've ever witnessed.
Yes,
just watching him run, that was crazy.
He would have had a team at all. I mean, they would have won that game.
Yeah, he was basically him against the world that day.
Yeah, he was. But I'm just saying, when you do it at the top 5 of all time, though, it's still Vince, Cam, Tommy, Tim Tebow, and Matt Leinart, because they all won.
Yeah.
They all won, and they were just dominant.
I still don't know. I feel like you don't have to win a championship to be a great quarterback.
No. What I'm saying is, I said dominant. Those guys were dominant. I mean, dominant.
Yeah.
When you're a dominant quarterback, you win the national title because you're just dominant.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you want to
Baker, when Baker played and they played Georgia, he couldn't scramble at all that day. He was getting ran down from behind, and I mean he had a great game throwing the ball, but he was getting sacked too many times.
Well, like
he really wasn't very mobile that day.
Yeah, Drew, I had an argument with a guy talking about. I said if Patrick Mahomes was the quarterback at OU instead of Baker Mayfield, they win at least one, if not 2 titles.
No, they'd have won.
They'd have won 1 or 2 titles. Because that team, that team that Baker had, though, come on, Nathan. Oh, my God. Come on.
Oh, that was
God.
They were unbelievable.
Well, let me say,
you had playmakers everywhere.
yeah, but if they could have stopped a nosebleed, they would have won it.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, that defense was horrific.
Yeah, I can't argue.
Not the fact that Georgia had two all-pro running backs in their backfield.
Hey, not to mention, but by the way, how many NFL players was in that game? 30.
A lot.
On Georgia's side,
30? No, I'm talking about OU. OU had both. OU had both.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what, 30? Probably NFL players, but how many players were there? Let's say there were 44 players, right? 22 on each team, starters. And of those 44, at least what, 25 played in the league, if not 30?
Mm-hmm. I guarantee there were 20 to 25 players on there, at least.
Yeah. Because OU had what, 10? You had both running backs. You had the wide receiver. You had the tight end. You had the quarterback. You had 3 linemen, 2 linebackers. So they had, I mean, now Georgia had more, no doubt. I mean, let's be real here. But OU had what, 10, 12? 15?
At least.
I mean, I just named what 8 or 9 right there. So, but I just look at it and I just think, oh man, what a squad that was. But anyway, we're going to take our opportunity to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. If you have any needs for computers, software to be written to have your office run smoother, contact them, or software or website design. They are your people for that. SRB, if you have engineering, surveying, or planning, holler at our guy Mark Long over at SRB when he gets back. Drew, by the way, when they get back from Mexico. You know why they're in Mexico, guys? Our boy had a little bit too much of Deep Eddie Lemon, and they were at a gala, and this wrote a check. Didn't realize until he had checked his bank account, like, why did this money come out of my account? Oh man, I still laugh at him. I said, "Bro, what do where was your wife?" He goes, "Hell, I don't know where she was." So funny. So yeah, he paid for that trip back in February. It's pretty funny. Oak Grove Trucking, any needs for rocks or dirt to be moved? Holler at our guy Jose. He's working right now. It's hot in the mother out there, but he's out there.
I feel for you, Jose. It's hot out there.
It's hot out there, bro. Yeah, it is.
I got to come home today and do some paperwork, get out of this heat. It's bad out there right now. It might be the hottest day of the week.
It's pretty hot. NAFCO, if you have any needs for what they do, Greg and Max are the peeps to talk to on that. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
I mean, especially in the NFL, you all these events, and sometimes people show up, sometimes they don't. Like, all my guys showing up, that's what meant the most. And then the best gift that
Yes, they are. Sorry about that, guys. I hit a wire. Yes, they are. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. And of course, they are our sponsor for us to come here today at Cutting Up Barbershop and Salon, located 35 Northeast 36th, 405-524-6100. They are closed Sundays and Mondays and open Tuesday through Fridays from 9 to 6, Saturdays from 9 to 4. Come in and ask for Keith, Lee, Chris, Allison, or Shay. They're all here to take care of you. And so we appreciate YNB for them doing that for us. And then, of course, DT Construction and Consulting. And Drew is obviously here and not on a roof.
Yeah, thank God. It's too hot to be on roofs right now.
So if you got a roof problem right now, don't call Drew.
If you didn't have on roofing shoes, your bottom of your tennis shoes would melt.
They have roofing shoes?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. But anyway, DT Construction and Consulting, 405-209-4051. Contact Drew or DT Construction if you have any needs for roofs or any sort of construction on your house. They do concrete work. They do siding. They do just about whatever you need. You can email them at dtconstruction2015@outlook.com. dtconstruction2015@outlook.com. They're respectful, local, and loyal, which means Drew answers the damn phone if there's a problem. So that's what happens when you go local and go by somebody who you can trust. So that's our boy right there. Now, speaking of,
yes, sir.
Speaking of,
just remember Just remember, I work for you, not the insurance company.
Yeah, and he takes care of all that for you. So,
yep.
Now, speaking of Drew,
one-stop shop.
Hey, Drew. Speaking of you, HuskerDrewPicks.com. Oh my God, dude, what were you last night?
Oh, last night I went a sultry 2-2. I split last night thanks to the Astros just absolutely laying an egg. But we're sitting at 6-3 over the last 2 days.
Yeah. Well, college football begins officially.
Yeah. We're ready. Like I said before, we've talked about this. This right now might be the toughest time to bet baseball. I mean, I'm really thankful that this is coming to an end. That Vegas now has something else to concentrate on besides baseball lines, because it's tough when Vegas gets to sit back and all they do is scour numbers on baseball pitchers and batting averages and stuff like that. It makes it awful hard to bet on baseball.
Well, then on top of that, football season, this is the easiest time to bet on football, though, is these first few weeks, isn't it?
Can be. What kind of a golden rule of thumb, is don't, get you whatever you bet, whatever your number is that you bet. And I would just kind of chisel that down a little bit. And unless you're really playing heavy on an underdog, some of these early lines are really big, and they're just kind of the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season. They're gonna sit back and see what some of these highly ranked teams are gonna do and what these defenses are gonna do. But if you really like an underdog, then I would say play your regular number. But if you're playing a heavy favorite earlier in the week, maybe dial it back a little bit, sit back and enjoy the game. Try to stay cool on your couch.
Well, we're looking at SC right now.
It's a big
30
number,
and a
and I like
half.
it. Yeah, San Jose's so bad. And the thing is USC, the last 9 games of the year, they're on a 9-game streak of overs, of their games going over and team overs. So I don't think they're going to miss a beat. They got the returning Heisman Trophy winner. They got an offense that is explosive. I don't look for them to struggle too much against San Jose. A line that I do like that I just saw a little bit ago was USC first half line of -17. I like that a lot.
Well, they need to go to HuskerDrewPicks.com for those lines, don't they? For that, Drew.
Yeah, they do, and I'll have some alternate lines on Saturday and some different picks, and I'll give out some picks today. But I will. I'll have the whole board. I'll spray the board on Saturday because there's only 4. I think there's only 5 games Saturday.
Yep, there's not a lot. San Diego State +1.
Tough game there. That's a tough game. It's a pick'em game. Ohio out at little Maction. They the Big Mac attack out of Ohio. A lot of people like them. They're kind of a live dog, but I just think San Diego State's athletes they have on defense is going to be too much for them.
Yep. And Ohio always has.
It's going to be a boring game. It's going to be a boring game too, by the way.
And
good Lord, that'll be like watching grass grow.
Then of course Jackson State +1.
Love me some Jackson State. Rich Rodriguez, the old Michigan ball coach in Arizona. Got the boys at Jacksonville playing. I like them catching that short number against UTEP.
Now this is Jacksonville, not Jackson State.
Jacksonville.
Right? Jacksonville, because they had Jacks. I didn't sure who that was. So
yeah,
Jacksonville.
Rich Rodriguez, the first game with the new school. He brought some Division I recruits and transfer portal guys in there. And I listened to a pretty good interview with him on Dusty and Danny the other morning, and he taught me into it. So
okay,
for what it's worth.
Yeah, Notre Dame, God, -20. They're all about business there right there, aren't they? Since they just now got there, they're all about
I think
business.
so. I mean that's a telling sign when they show up 2 days before the game in Ireland. When I think Navy's been there for a week.
Yeah, but that's also Navy.
Of course, the Navy guys deserve it. I mean, they could go over there and hang out as long as they want, but I think Notre Dame's coming there on a business trip.
Yeah, clearly they are. Clearly they are. Of course, in Major League Baseball, which we just talked about, have to be careful. You have the Mariners, money line -121.
Yeah, Seattle's a nice little short number. They've been on a pretty good roll as of late. They've got a sneaky good team. They manufacture runs. They got good pitching. They've got a decent bullpen. They're gonna be a team to watch in the playoffs, and the fact that they're playing the Royals. They're 41-88.
Yeah, they're terrible, dude. How are they building them a new stadium? And they're terrible.
I don't know how they. I mean, they. You know what's crazy is they keep butts in the seats for whatever reason. But I mean, I don't know. I damn sure that's like throwing money after a bad air conditioner.
Yeah, it's like, well, but you know what though? People love their stuff. They love their, but Kansas City love their fans.
Yeah.
They love their teams.
They do. They love them some Kansas City Royals baseball. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's just they love the Chiefs. They love the Royals. Do you see that new stadium that they're building for the women's soccer team? I'm just like, oh my God, dude,
There's a lot of money in Kansas. There's old money in Kansas City.
There's a lot of money.
Money.
There's a lot of money in Kansas City, no doubt.
There is.
No doubt.
You got a lot of that old steel money. You got a lot of cattle money. There's a lot of Kansas City is really eclectic too. There's a lot of different folks in Kansas City of all different backgrounds. So there's plenty of money up there. They're not hurting, and their taxes are low.
Yeah, I do like being in Overland Park, but man, the plaza's pretty nice.
Oh yeah,
a lot of things to do in the plaza. Some good food. Some really good food. You have, of course, your Braves. Money line -157.
On a roll.
Dude, they've been on a roll this year. The hell you talking about?
Yeah, playing a handicap Giants team tonight, missing a couple guys, and Strider's on the mound tonight. And Strider's really coming off two lackluster performances. He had a hard luck loss the other night where he got him into the seventh inning, and then gives up a 3-run home run. Pretty much the last pitch where they were going to pull him out. So I look for him to bounce back tonight. Plus, they'll be out there in that thin air. He's gonna be throwing gas.
Yep. Of course, those Stros money line -172.
I'll tell you what, I'm
scary.
just simply betting on the Stros because they got beat 17-1 yesterday with their
I
ace
saw,
on the mound.
Did you send me that or did I watch that? How did you send that to me?
17-1 at home by the Red Sox. That's a bad loss.
Wow.
I mean, I'd have pulled the old Bull Durham, and they'd have been taking the old 78 Bluebell to the next game. Ain't nobody on a private flight or getting a free meal. You're on the Bluebell. It's gonna take 12 hours to get home.
Pull the old Barry Switzer halftime deal where you go take car keys. Give me your car keys.
Right.
Give me your car keys. Give me your car keys.
Better tell your family bye in the locker room because you ain't gonna see him for a couple days. We're gonna be practicing.
You don't have a car. 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 Oh man. Blue Jays -159 on money line.
Yeah, Blue Jays. I'm not a big. I like the Blue Jays at home after you get through customs and get to your hotel room, the first game of the series, all that nonsense. I'll take the Blue Jays against the Guardians on a Friday night.
Yep.
Short number two. I think mine's 160.
Then you have those pesky Rays money line -136.
Hey, Rays are good. Rays are a sneaky team to make the World Series. Wouldn't surprise me if they are in the World Series, but the Yankees are. I mean, Nathan and I talked earlier. Let me ask you this, Matt. You think the Yankees manager will be back next year?
Boom.
How do you not make the playoffs if you're the Yankees?
Well,
I mean, what is their payroll? $300 million?
Well, I saw that Brian Cashman, the GM, was talking about. He goes, "It was a disaster. We were terrible."
Yeah.
So, I would say Boone is gone. That would be my guess.
I think so too.
I think that
that's going to pull up the heartstrings of some of those guys, but he really hadn't done anything.
No.
I mean,
No.
He's had a Ferrari. I would say not necessarily Ferrari, but he had a Lamborghini, and he wrecked it. He wrecked it. I mean, he wrecked it. But they haven't been the same team since Judge got hurt.
No, they haven't. That's a huge deal.
And
but everybody has injuries. Braves have been missing 3 starters 3/4 of the year.
Yeah, but the difference between the Braves and the Dodgers, or the Yankees, is that the Yankees have never since Derek Jeter and that group, their farm system, they don't bring people up. The Braves and the Dodgers, they're good because their farm system.
Those Braves and Dodgers and the Rays are probably the 3 best farm systems in the league.
Yep, they do their homegrown players, so they just reload.
The Dodgers draft California guys, and the Braves draft Georgia, Mississippi, Florida guys. And for whatever reason, those guys stick around there. I mean, you look at there's 3 or 4 guys on the Braves roster right now. They're from Atlanta. It's high school in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? They love it.
That's cool.
Yeah. Then of course you have the Marlins, and
plus the fact you can play baseball year round
in the South
and in the West.
Yes,
so,
you can.
I mean, you're going to have a little more. Yeah, that helps.
Yep, it does. You have the Marlins -205.
Like the Marlins, like the pitcher on the mound tonight. He throws gas. Marlins are they're a Jekyll and Hyde team. They're week to week. You really got to keep up with the Marlins if you're betting on baseball because they're the Nationals again. Though the Marlins are 500 team and the Nationals are 15 games below 500. Yep. They're about to mail it in. I look for the Nationals. That's another thing when football season starts. You're gonna have teams like the Nationals and the Rockies and the Guardians and Athletics and teams that have zero chance of making the playoffs.
Is there any
way they're gonna start mailing it in and bringing up AAA players?
Is there any way for us to do some petitions to change some of these names? The Commanders, the Guardians. Can we do something with? Can we?
Don't change the Commanders. His team's on the board this weekend. The The Vanderbilt Commanders are minus 18 against the Rainbows. Rematch from last year's debacle.
The Rainbows. I can't believe you have a name like that. It's amazing. Speaking of over unders, Drew, the Brewers, Padres and Brewers, we're doing under 8 today.
Gotta go under 8 there. Both those teams. I pretty much bet the under on the Padres every game, but I'm looking for a bounce back on my Brewers under debacle the other day.
Was it 8-8? Did it change?
Yeah, it changed. I think they scored 13 runs when it was all said and done.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, okay.
I went to extra innings.
Then you have the Rangers and the Twins under 8.5.
Yeah, another good pitching matchup. It's you would think that those two teams would put some runs on the board, but Minnesota's got a big ballpark. Rangers bats have kind of cooled off. We'll see it. Well, I'll be interested to see what the Rangers do in the next couple weeks, moving into playoffs. What kind of role they get on, because I'll be rooting for them.
Yep.
I'd much rather see the Rangers than the Astros in the World Series.
Yeah. Then of course the Cubbies and the Pirates, and those Pirates. I don't understand that team. They are an enigma to me. That team. I have no understanding of them.
Yeah, they lost 6 in a row and then damn near beat the Braves in every game they played. And then they come back out and they lose another 4 in a row.
It just,
like I said, baseball right now is crazy. Especially this year. Normally, I'm just looking at the standings right now. Normally, at this time of year, you've got, some really tight division races. In the American League, the closest division is two. You got it's pretty competitive. Seattle, Houston, and Texas in the West are all just within one game. But then you got to figure all 3 of those teams are going to make the playoffs. They're all 15 to 20 games above 500. But if you look at the other divisions, Minnesota's running away and hiding. And then you got Baltimore and Tampa Bay, and then you're another 10, 12, 13 games. Who would have thought that the Red Sox and the Yankees would be in 4th and 5th place in that division?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yankees are 18 games back of the Orioles.
That's insane to me. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of insane.
So anyway, but the point being is that you got a lot of these divisions are already decided.
Yeah.
So, some of these teams that we really got to see kind of what they're going to do coming down the stretch, and we'll find out. It's going to be interesting. I think you're going to see some teams bring up some rookie pitchers and start load managing guys and getting some stars, some rest, and I know the Braves are. They were playing 2 or 3 guys from AAA last night or 2 nights ago.
Well, speaking of that, Drew, how much money has Ohtani lost by tearing his UCL? 150 million, 200 million. How much do y'all think, guys? What is a guess?
I think depending on what he's doing going forward, if he's pitching.
Well, remember he's already had Tommy John surgery on that elbow.
Yeah.
And then now he's done his UCL. So,
I would say minimum 300 million. I say 300 million.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He was at 60.
If you're the Angels, don't you wish you had traded him?
Well, you remember, Drew, remember we had that discussion right before trading deadline, April 1st. We were talking about how they should get run, but they were like, no, we're going to hold on to him. What a huge mistake.
Well, but is he ever going to pitch again?
Well, not the rest of the year. He's supposed to have surgery again.
If I'm him, I would just play in the field. Maybe be a closer. Stop putting yourself in danger. What's that?
Well,
what he hurt, you can't pitch, but you can still pitch.
Well, he can still hit.
Well, what I'm saying, if he ever pitches, or if he's gonna be a 2-way player, maybe just play on offense and out in the field, and then just be a closer. And you only got to pitch like 18 pitches a game.
This could have helped the Angels because they could get him cheaper than they were going to have to before.
Oh yeah,
but it might scare some of the teams off.
No, because the whole thing is that I still think the Dodgers are going to pick him up. That's where Drew and we talked about. He wants to stay out west, and he is Asian, and so if you're Asian, you want to be west, right? You want to be San Francisco, you want to be LA, or you want to be like a New York. And I'm not trying to be
geographical racism.
I'm not. I know it sounds like that, but it really. Am I wrong though?
What are you saying about the guys with the mullets and
I'm not.
burnt arms. They like to live in the Midwest.
I'm saying that they aren't chocolate lovers. That's what I'm saying about those guys. They are not chocolate lovers. They're not brown people lovers.
This show just took a turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna just bow out on this conversation.
I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny. It kind of is
It's kind of funny.
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but that's where Asians live.
I mean, if we're
where
gonna
they
say
live.
that, he might as well just needs to go play for the Giants.
Well, that's what I said. San Francisco, you got L.A., you got New York. There's those are huge communities of Asian people. I mean, they just are. And then who the hell who don't want to live in California anyway? We can ask J-Dub about that. He left Oklahoma. He ain't been back. How long J-Dub been in California? 20 years? 25 years?
28 years.
Yeah,
28 years.
We can't get him back. He ain't trying to come back here.
He's got another house. He got another house in Tahoe that he stays in more than San Diego now. So
Yeah, I was saying, he ain't trying to come back, bro. That is not happening.
Dude, you should have seen him at the lake last weekend. You'd have thought it was 197 degrees. I mean, he was not used to it.
Oh man. Well, that's just like when you go to Scottsdale. They go, "Oh, it's dry heat." I'm like, dude, 125 is hot. I don't care if it's dry, wet, or medium, whatever. It's hot.
I had a guy over doing some work at my house in Edmond Wednesday night, yeah. And he sent me a temperature reading from the attic, 143 degrees.
Oh, my God. 143 in the attic?
143 degrees in an insulated attic.
Oh, my God.
I was like, dude, you just need to go. I would not be up there. I'd have called and told me I can't do it.
Yeah. Hey,
I was like, dude, I think that was a way to squeeze more money out of me.
Hey, he's doing work for DT Construction, but don't call the boss.
Yeah. He is. Yeah, just so you know, we are working at 141 degree heat.
Hey, that reminds me. How hot is it in your little room there upstairs, in your upstairs room? Is it hot in that attic?
It's nice. No, it's nice. It's got its own air conditioner.
Up in that little space up there?
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Nathan.
I was just going to tell you guys, it's a whopping, 71 and a half in my office right now. Pretty hot.
Whopping?
Wow. Wow. Oh, that reminds me, Drew. Next week we're going to be there at YNB on next Thursday, and it's the Route 66 party. So your mom tells me that they're expecting, they go, you have to park on the south side because they're expecting 10,000 people at the Route 66. I was
there'll be a lot of people there. And it's going to be fairly nice.
It ain't going to be on 10,000.
There'll be a lot of people there.
I was there last year. It wasn't 10,000. It wasn't 10,000 last year. Year before.
Well,
it's a fun party though.
It might be, man.
It's a fun party.
I think you're going to see a pretty good crowd because it's supposed to be fairly nice next week. I mean, if you call it 92 nice,
it won't be that hot in the evening when it starts. It doesn't start to what, 6, Nathan? 7?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, the hottest time of the day for me right now is between 3:30 and 6:30. That's the hottest time.
It's announced that you're coming. There might be 10,000 people.
Oh my God! Whatever. Wait, Drew. Drew. I'm gonna be up in the commander's office like I have been every other year, watching it from the back. Watching it from. He has the door open. You can sit there. The stage is right there. You can watch it from the little patio right there. Yeah.
I don't think we're supposed to be saying that. I don't think you're supposed to say that out loud. You know what the first rule of Fight Club is, don't you?
What's that?
Fight Club.
There is no Fight Club.
Hey, all I can say is he does have an office. His office overlooks the stage, okay?
Why wouldn't it?
Hey, Drew, it ain't my fault because everybody ain't invited.
Right, that's a good point.
Hey, update your VIP status. That's all I can say.
Yep. The bank to make things happen.
That's exactly what they do. So I'm making things happen by sitting up there having a cocktail, enjoying all that nice weather. Enjoying that music.
Hey,
Row.
This morning I walked up the stairs and I saw Carolyn out there on the balcony out on the south side. And I knocked on the window. It's got that little lever, you put down in the door.
Yeah.
I knocked on the window and I put the lever down. And she looked at me like, what? And so I picked it back up. Well, then Randy got off the elevator and put it right back down.
Of course he did.
Sure he did.
Of course he did. That's what brothers do. Hey, all I know is that when Randy and I used to get in trouble, Carolyn always got out of trouble because Ray, your Uncle Ray, Drew, dude, him and Terry Miller, they were constantly doing stuff, man. Constantly. You know, oh, man. They would call themselves Matt and Randy. So when they got in trouble, they would be Matt and Randy. So then Drew's grandfather would get a message. Oh, Matt and Randy were out last night. And Randy and like, what? We were at the house getting. Yeah, we had a party, but it was at the house. We did not leave. Dude, they used to get us in so much trouble, man. So much trouble. And your
Well, I
mom,
have heard stories in and out.
That's pretty funny. Not often do you have an Ebony and Ivory couple times see.
dude, always. And then it was like your mom would always be, no, it was Terry and Ray. It's like, thank you, Carolyn. Tell the truth. God dang.
Nobody likes a tattletale, Mom.
Yeah, it was fine. She got us out of trouble, bro. Hey, if you've had to stare down from your grandfather, would you rather
Oh,
be?
yeah. Too many times.
Do you want to be in trouble with him? No.
Times that I would like to admit I've had to stare down from my granddad.
But Drew, you had Kate.
I did. She was a saver.
That saved you, bro. That saved you.
Mother Teresa, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, see, we had your mom as our Mother Teresa, okay? So, yeah, I'm good with your mom, bro. I am golden with your mom. By the way, they got me a new shirt there for YMB next week. Did they tell you the story of what they did to me, Nate?
I've yet to get a shirt.
Well, you don't show up.
Oh, boy.
What did they
Here we go.
Didn't they give you a white one or something?
Huh?
I mean, who wants white? Who wants a white?
Not me. I can't wear white.
No. I have this one, orange and black.
Didn't they give you that 4X one or 3X one time or something?
They gave me a women's
They
extra large.
gave you a small yellow one.
No, they gave me.
We have that on tape.
No, it ain't no tape, bro. Ain't no video of that. It was a women's double X. Yeah, it was. There's no evidence of that, bro.
I think Sable has it on the bank tape.
Dude, I put that thing on. I was like, what is this? I mean, I was all like locked up. Was that, baby? I was all on lockdown like this. I'm like, what the hell is this going on? Oh, it's funny, man. They still have not let me live that down. So Tammy, her and your mom, Drew, they were like, hey, we got a shirt for you. I'm like, I'm looking at that thing. I'm pulling it up like this first. I am not putting nothing on again. Your sister is no fun either. Sable. I don't know why they got to play tricks on me, Drew. What's up with the people at YMB, man? What's up with those ladies over there?
Hey, we like to have fun around here, man.
Yeah, they do. It is the bank that makes things happen.
Yes, it does.
There's no question about that. So we're excited about that. Now, Drew, what I did is I did my my predictions for the playoffs. And since we haven't talked to you about it, Nathan and I have talked about it. I've got the AFC. I've got the Bengals, the Bills, the Jaguars, and the Chiefs as my divisional winners. And then my wild cards are the Chargers, the Ravens, and the Dolphins. And I'm thinking about putting the Steelers in there after watching them.
Wow, you're really put a lot of stock in that preseason action, aren't you?
They look pretty good, man. That defense of the Steelers is no joke.
Hey, Nathan, let's go ahead and be transparent, because this is a transparent show. Matt is a Steelers fan.
I'm not a Steelers fan. I don't have a football team.
Don't let him try to.
I don't have a football team. Dude.
Inside curveball on you. He's a Steelers fan.
He's always told me he doesn't bet on anything but basketball.
I don't bet on football. Hey, Drew, the last time I bet on football, I had to wear an OU helmet and a Speedo with OU on it when I lost to McBride in the bat. So I don't bet on football, bro.
You had to wear a Speedo? Did you
I had to wear an OU Speedo with an OU football helmet at night trips.
When was this?
I lost to McBride. Ask him about it, Drew. We still laughed about it. Fortunately, huh? There's no pictures.
Is there a picture? No pictures? Okay.
There's no pictures.
There's got to be a photo out there somewhere.
Hey, Drew, ask McBride about it. He and I still laugh about it. My one and only time I ever bet on OSU football was the game that we got beat by them 27-0. We were supposed to win and go to the BCS in Norman. Mm-hmm. And they played Zach Robinson and got beat 27-0. It was that game.
Wow! And you had to end the bet. And you guys bet wearing to have to wear a Speedo.
Whoever lost had to wear a helmet and a Speedo. So he would have had to wear an OSU helmet with an OSU Speedo at night trips.
Was that?
Oh wow!
Yeah. Was that 2010? Is that right? 2010.
Whatever it was, yeah.
I know Randy's got a picture of
There's
that
no
somewhere.
Randy
He's
wasn't
waiting to
there.
bring it out.
You think I'd invite Randy and Kent to something like that? There ain't no way.
Oh man, that'd have been great.
Hey, Drew,
That
ask
would've been
McBride
great.
about it. He'll just bust out as soon as you say anything about it. He'll